Welcome back, guys. So, in our previous video, we have talked about share system global area. Okay, what are its components? So, we are now discussing each of the components in detail. Okay, so first one is database buffer cache. So, the database buffer cache is a critical memory component of the system global area in Oracle database. It is used to store copies of data blocks that are retrieved from the databases data files. By caching these blocks in memory, Oracle significantly reduces I/O, disk I/O, or leading to improved query and transaction performance. Okay, so what's that? So when you fetch the data from the database using a query, so all the data blocks, what you what are used to fetch those uh, data, those are being saved in the database buffer cache. All these data blocks, those are saved in database buffer cache. And when you execute the next query, if those blocks are in the database buffer cache, those will be accessed directly from the buffer cache. That does not go to the disk IO disk where the original database is, so that doesn't go to the database. It access that those from the shared database buffer cache from the system globally. So by that, this is reduces the disk IO where you are going to the disk and do the input and output operations there. So that uh, input is like when you're trying to access and output when you are fetching the data out of the database. So input output operations. So all those data blocks are stored in database buffer cache. What's the structure of the buffer cache? There are majorly two things: buffers and buffer pools. Okay, so buffers are divided in individual units called buffers. Okay, each capable of storing one data block. Okay, so one data block is stored in one buffer, another is another buffer. So a lot of buffers can com combine and create a database buffer cache. Okay, each storing a one data block. Buffer pools, there are different pools in it, which is default pool used for standard block storage, keep pool designed for data that should stay in memory, frequently accessed data. Like if you have 10 queries and uh, 10 queries and you have 2 3 queries which are accessed frequently, those will be saved in keep pool. And the list data that will be saved in every data is saved in database buffer cache, but the list data gets moved out when the new data gets in. Okay, recycle pool intended for the data that is accessed infrequently, minimizing its impact on other cached data. Okay, so this is database buffer cache. uh, com- con- uh, Consist of these. So key characteristics of database buffer cache. So caching data blocks stores frequently accessed data blocks, allowing for faster data retrieval. Okay, both table data and index blocks can be cached here. Write through mechanism. When changes are made to data blocks, they are first updated in the buffer cache and marked as dirty. Means those are being changed, and those blocks are marked as dirty, and these dirty blocks are being returned to the database later with the DB writer. This processes write dirty blocks to data files asynchronously. Like it will uh, uh, like there's no synchronous, and like where you it will process first data block, then second, then third. It will fetch out. It will select based on its own process. It will select which dirty data block will it write to the data files. Okay, so this shared pool is also used for input and output operations. Memory management managed using algorithm like LER, least recently used to maintain frequently accessed blocks within while discarding less used ones. Okay, you got that. Okay, so if you have 10 queries in the 10 data blocks, or 10 data blocks in this, I'm not giving you a number, just for the example. If you have 10 data blocks in it, so and another query is getting run, and that will fetch two more blocks, or 10 5 more blocks. Okay, so what it will do, it will move out of its shared pool the last 5 like from 6 to 10. It will remove that numbers least recently used, and fetch out the next 5 records, and they will be inside it if they are not a part of the shared pool already. Okay, if they are already a part of it, that will be accessed from the shared pool. If they are not, that will work as a least recently used. Which are not recently used, they will be moved out, and the new ones are gets inside. Okay, so this helps ensure efficient utilization of memory resources. Okay, so in our next video, we'll be talking about the uh, next part of system global area, which is redo log buffer. Okay, so thank you. I'll be seeing you in the next video.